Yo, what's good? It's Dean Wild from Stay Blessed Productions, SPP Squad. I'm here with the homie Troublemaker. I'm about to give him a mini interview. I want you to take a second and hear him out. Hear the artist that lays behind the man, Troublemaker.
Whoop whoop.
So what's up? How are you tonight? Hope everything's going good. Thanks to have you over at the SPP Squad headquarters. Yeah, just let them know your name and where you're from.
Alright guys, name's Troublemaker. I'm from Thornhill, Ontario. Like, that's where I reside right now. I was born in the States, spent majority of my life growing up in Scarborough, and then moved over to Thornhill, like 2009, 2010. It's like culture shock. It's all like, basically Scarborough was more wild. I get to Thornhill, it's like more quiet and peaceful. It's like culture shock, and it's not that far from each other. I was like, what's going on? So yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's dope. So clearly you've been around a couple blocks. What got you into hip-hop, and what inspired you to become a hip-hop artist? What age did you start writing at? What age did you first hear hip-hop or rap at? And who was the first artist that you heard?
Funny story. So I was in my cousin's basement, my cousin Kevin, and he lives in Richmond Hill. And prior to being into hip hop, I was like, I had no other people to expose me to hip hop, so I was into like pop music. I'm a '90s baby, group '91, so I was into Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Christina Aguilera.
BSB all day.
I'm telling you, all that good vibes with pop music,
Yeah.
and I'll drive down the street blasting NSYNC. I don't care,
Yo.
But
That's what's up. That's what's up.
for hip hop, so this is exactly what happened. My cousin Kevin, he was huge into hip hop, and he's like watching BET, and it was the music video "Forgot About Dre," and he's like, "Yo, Daniel, who's your favorite?" And I'm like, I didn't know like anything at the time, and he's like, Dr. Dre or Eminem, and I was just like, my thoughts to myself was like, Eminem, that sounds like a silly name. I was a kid, and I was like, yeah, the Dre guy, and then I'm watching the TV and I hear Eminem going, and I'm just like, whoa, I'm like blown back, I'm like taken away, and I'm like, that guy, and he's like, that's Eminem. I'm like, oh. Well, the name's kind of off for me at that time, but I'm like, but he's good. I like him. And so once I got more into him, I started like basically listening to his music, imitating his moves, watching. Honestly, I was watching like American Idol with my mom's, and I'm like, yo, if it wasn't all singing, if it was like rapping, I would go and I would do Eminem songs and I would pass. And this is a little part of that, because my style of rap is a little more darker. This is where like the whole like psychotic mindset kind of came in. So I was really young, and I was saying shit I probably shouldn't have been saying, but I was saying it with like no. Can I swear on here? So,
Yeah.
okay, no fucking remorse at all. Literally, I was saying stuff like, when I get older and I get a girlfriend, if she cheats on me, I'm going to tie her up and throw her in the back of a trunk. Okay?
I don't actually support that though, but that's what this sick bastard's thinking.
Yeah, okay, like that's what I was saying at like 7 or 8 years old or whatever. Yeah, and my cousin's just like, whoa, what's wrong with your cousin?
I guess you're listening to too much of Kim by Eminem.
Yeah, that's my favorite
Yeah.
song. Okay, so yeah, literally, I was saying that shit, and I was getting really hyped on that, and I was loving it. I was fiending it. I'm like, it's so dark, psychotic, weird, out there. It gravitated towards me, because my cousin Kevin, the same one that introduced me to Eminem, literally, he stole a burnt copy of the Marshall Mathers LP out some next kid's locker at school, brought it home, and I got exposed to that music really young.
That's right, he got your CD, man. He got it, and it twisted him.
Okay.
That's what's up.
And so, basically, what ended up transpiring is like I got exposed to swear words and all this stuff. I didn't know what half of it meant. So there was a time frame when I was younger that I was just walking around calling everyone a slut. Because it was a word that got thrown around so loosely on the Marshall Mathers LP. I didn't know at the time, and this is how I learned to not say it. Pretty much, my mom and I were sitting in the car, and I think like someone took too long to turn or cut her off or something, and I just yelled out, "Yeah, that stupid slut!" And she was like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Where'd you learn that word, or where did you hear that word?" And I was like, "Eminem." She's like, "That's an offensive word to women. Don't say that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry," because I respected and loved her so much that like I'm like, she's a lady. Okay, I'll listen to her. Yeah, so that's where some of that exposure went to. Um, I wanted to. He influenced me so much that I wanted to start rapping. So I like back when he was like the big shit. Like Much Music would play his videos, his songs all the time. They would do like live concert footage with I think like live from Barcelona or something. Like him, Obi Trice, 50 Cent. They all had like sets and stuff, and I would watch this in my room over and over and over again, and I started writing, and when I started writing, like I promised my mom I wouldn't swear, that when I was younger, and so like my first few raps that I wrote didn't really have swear words, so like if I was like motherfucker, it'd be like mother fluffer.
Trying to censor it out, yeah.
Yeah, straight up, and I remember my very first time recording a song was this is a true story. Sounds ghetto as fuck, but pretty much I had my boy Albert Chan. Shout out Albert. I haven't seen or spoken to you for a long time, since like I guess high school, but so when I was like 12, 13, I called him, and what he did was he had a computer mic, and so over the phone he'd put his mouthpiece of the phone to the computer mic, and it would pick up my voice,
Oh wow.
and I recorded like my first couple of tracks that way.
Yo, homeboy for life. You were what started the man off.
Yeah, straight up, and like I highly appreciated that. And he took the time to really try to work with me. Like he would take I don't know what music program he had. I think he had one that I might have given him that was given to me through my grandma's neighbor. Yeah, literally this doesn't make all the dots don't totally connect, but if that is completely what happened, it was a disc that I got that I wish I still had, because now I know more about technology. All it said was "cool" at it, and so I gave it to Albert, and I guess it was a program that he was able to use, and so he took I remember this specifically. He took the Little John beat, "What You Gonna Do," and he just cut it up, so there was just an instrumental that kept looping.
Yep.
And then he took the game beat, if I could start my life from scratch, and he took that and cut it up, and I wanted some vocals and the ding ding ding, like the piano at the end, and just had that looped, and I rapped over that, and so that was my first couple of times. And my very first time getting on stage was grade 8 talent show. I did Eminem Lose Yourself. And the biggest credit I honestly got was the janitor of the school. He's like, "This is my school, but I'm going to allow you to wear that bandana in here." And I was like, "Whew, that's dope."
Janitor trying to keep the streets safe.
Yeah, straight up, yo, because it was at General Carrera in Scarborough. And my mom saw that. The student teacher I had a crush on saw that. So yeah, telling you, man, like I had like major support there. Like that shit was lit.
That's good. That's awesome that you had that great support there for you, and it looks like you really started your music career off on a really positive note, and that you have a lot of support surrounding you, which is always fantastic in the music scene. Another thing I wanted to ask is, you kind of sort of touched on it, is how you started into horrorcore. I met you in Newmarket during the New Fam tour with Luca Melli, and it was the first time I saw you perform, and you had all these props with you. You had these clown masks, you had these ripped up arms, these ripped up legs, chains everywhere, and honestly, I was like, these guys are here to kill us, like, we're all going down. But I thought it was so sick, because you don't see too many people coming with props anymore, trying to really build something to their set that's not just themselves, right? So I really respected that. What got you into that? What started that? Like, are you gonna be extending on that? Because, like, this is something that you really do want to see. It is pure entertainment. These guys bring you just madness. It's madness literally right in front of you. So we're gonna go right back to that question. How did that all come to be?
Well, first I want to give a shout out to Luca Melee. Whoop whoop, bro! Thank you so much for giving me, allowing me to get a spot on that tour. Highly appreciate that. And I also want to mention Chucky was there too. Okay, yeah.
Chucky was on that stage that night. I completely forgot to mention that, but like this little thing about
And Chucky's in the back of my trunk right now.
just creeping on you as you
Yeah.
leave.
He's making sure my car is all good and shit. But okay.
Yeah,
so
big shout out Luca though. That tour was a lot of fun. It was great memories, and yeah, let him know how that all started.
okay, horrorcore. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like I was I want like organically. I feel like I was blessed, to not have like the hardest life or whatnot. As far as I didn't have to grow up on the streets or be a street kid or like, you know, do like what majority of like some gangster rappers do, like sell drugs, run guns, fucking. I got to avoid all that. Yeah, I faced other struggles like everyone does growing up. You know, like my mom, you know, she had like there was a darkness to it. Like she had an alcohol problem. She was a single mom, all that. So single mom raising me in Scarborough. You know, like it was a blessing and a curse because there was a lot of like I basically hid my dark emotions inside, and I went to school majority of the time with like a fake smile. You know what I mean? So I kind of transitioned into this like guy that liked to dress hip hop style, which is like what I consider hip hop style is like baggy pants over fucking grown t-shirt, you know. But it developed itself into it has that, but the swag on it is like a skull, like something dark, something weird, kind of out there. I didn't do that to show off. I did it because like this is the type of shit I was gravitating towards. With bands like that I was growing up with, Swollen Members, you know, Vax War. They were one of the original, different, authentic sounds that I got exposed to as a kid. And then here came Dead Celebrity Status, you know, Hollywood Undead. These bands pushed the gap between rap and rock, and you know, they definitely gave you a little more of a creative, dark aspect, and that's what I loved.
So you were really influenced by subgenres, you'd say, I guess, yeah? Which is awesome, because you like to see more than just one style. You want to see more coming out from an artist, and I truly believe you have a lot of that. So, last thing I want to touch on is, do you have any new projects coming out? And if so, do you have a release date set? Do you have any upcoming shows that you're about to be performing at?
Okay, so as far as projects go, the album that I was actually chopping on the Luca Melee New Fam tour, I'm actually going to be putting it up for free now, and it's going to go on to Dat Piff. That's where my first ever mixtape that I dropped earlier this year on May, Friday the 13th, keeping with the whole dark vibe, got released. And so December 31st, I'm actually going to be putting Basement Cuts up for y'all to get a chance to listen to, download if you like it, whatnot. As far as upcoming shows, I'm currently booked in for Mad Shot. That's the first like official show that I'll be booked in for is Mad Child, January 27th, Friday night, at the Rock Pile. Rock Pile is where like my adventure in this like major stage game began. Man, there's so much I can really talk about, but
Shout out to the people over at the Rock Pile as well, doing huge things for a bunch of artists, and you're awesome people. We've worked with you a couple times, and we always have a great time at the Rock Pile. So shout out for always bringing the major artists back to Canada. You play a huge part in this industry in Canada, and I want to personally thank you as the troublemaker. So shout out to the Rock Pile.
Matthew Almeida, Steve Hogue, whoop whoop.
Yeah, I literally was just about to say it, and you went right for me. Good on you, boys. Keep up the push. Last but not least, I want to say, let them know where your social media links are. I'm talking Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever they can find you. Let them know where to find you. This is your chance to do it. SPP Squad, I'm out.
Okay, a long list, but pretty much, guys, if you look up on youtube.com/True Juggalos 2.0, that's TrueJuggalos 2.0, all one word, all small letters. Look that up, and basically that is the one YouTube channel that I update most frequently, most awesome. Right, Ducky? Yeah, yeah. And pretty much, so you got that. Facebook, Troublemaker, you know, and True Juggalos 2.0, and Insanity Family 13. YouTube, also Insanity Family 13. Snapchat, True Juggalos 2.0, and DTM420SAW. Instagram, Dan the Man, aka Troublemaker, and True Juggalos 2.0. Jeez. Yeah, I don't have a SoundCloud up yet, but definitely that is something that I intend to bring forth for 2017. That seems to be where a majority of things are at. And I just want to give a shout out to Smooth416 as well, because I went to his studio and got to record a couple of new tracks, and I plan to, you know, go back and work with him and make more magic happen. And I want to thank Stay Blessed Productions for giving me the opportunity to come and be part of this interview.
100%. You know, we are always supporting you to the fullest. That is what we do here at Stay Blessed Productions, SPP Squad. So I want to wish everybody a great night. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow the man's social media. SPP Squad, stay blessed, stay humble, stay true, stay you. I'm out.
Gang, gang, we out. Whoop, whoop.